As the world begins to grapple with reports of barbaric massacres of Christians in Nigeria, Mike Ode James, a correspondent for Truth Nigeria, has seen the devastation in person. What is really happening on the ground right now to followers of Jesus in Nigeria? So, Mike, for a lot of people, they might not even know that anything's happening in Nigeria. So, can you tell us what is going on right now?
What is going on is devastation, degradation, and dehumanization of Christians, indigenous Christians, Christians who are locals, who are natives, Christians whose grandfather, great grandfather were born in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, Christians who are owners of the land. Today, what is happening is that they have been dispossessed, they have been dislodged and dislocated from their lands. And how is it happening? Fulani herdsmen are kidnapping them, then extorting money, worth millions of naira in Nigerian currency. Hundreds of millions of naira have been extorted from families whose members are kidnapped. And then, after a while, these families go broke, searching for money to pay as ransom. Now, what is happening again, like I said, these terrorists, and they are Fulanis who are Muslims, they come to the houses of people, they shoot dead either the father, and then they'll grab the children, who may be normally 5 or 6, and then they leave the mother, and then after 2 3 days, they'll send a text message or a cell message to the mother and say, look, yes, we kidnap your kids, we are asking for a ransom of 100 million. If you cannot pay, we will execute them one by one. We are giving you 2 weeks to do that.
Oh.
And that is what is happening. And in the process, some of these girls are raped. The men are brutalized. They are beaten. They are chained hands to leg. You understand? They don't go. When they want to take a pee, they pee where they are chained. When they want to go and, if they want to do anything, they do that. And I have seen and I've asked, and they've told me, a lot of these victims, not one, not two, but up to 20, 30, they say, look, we don't eat food maybe twice in 2 weeks. They feed us maybe twice in 2 weeks. Some of them say we live only on grasses and mango leaves. And by the time they are released, a lot of them could not walk. So you see, now, and this kidnapping is happening every day. Every day somebody is murdered, not one, not two. Every day a household is murdered. Somebody from a household is murdered, another one from another compound is murdered, and the household are carted away into a forest in Kaduna called Rijana, which the government is very much aware of, and it's not doing anything. And now, like I told you, when they are taken into this forest, they are brutalized. And then the members of their family start looking for money to pay. And after all, when they secure the release of these persons, what really happened is this. They have no cash. So they have to sell their lands, their farmlands, they turn to beggar. And who buys the land? Probably the relatives of the people that kidnapped them.
That is beyond heartbreaking, my brother. So the question is, for a lot of people in the West, they want to know: is this a land dispute, or is this persecution because they're Christians?
Well, it is simply persecution because they are Christians, number one, and so that they can grab their lands. Now, I will tell you something, Raj. I am from the northern part of Nigeria, and I'm a Christian. My state, Benue, where I come from, we have over 92% population which are Christians. Where I live in northern Nigeria, the place is called Kaduna. That place is evenly divided between Christians and Muslims. Now, what the government do not like, what northern governors do not like, is that they don't want to know, they don't like hearing that, they have indigenous Christians who are northerners. They don't want that. So that they can tell the world that, look, Nigeria is divided into Christian North, Christian South, and Christian North. But unfortunately, we have over 40 million Christians who are in the north, who are indigenous to the north, but they don't enjoy what Muslims in the north enjoy. So the Fulani terrorists take advantage of this and start exterminating those people, taking them away from their land, kidnapping them and killing them. Then when after continuous attacks, killing, the Christians will now be forced to run away from their indigenous land. When they run and they go away, the Fulanis will come and occupy the land and then rename the land. So you see that it is persecution, it is land grabbing, it is kidnapping, it is all whatnot.
So you mentioned that this happens often. How often does this happen? How long has this been happening? Can you maybe give me an example or two of the massacres that you've seen after it happened?
Well, first of all, let me answer how long it has been happening. As a reporter, I noticed this around 2015 under the administration of a president called Muhammadu Buhari. The Muslims who were not indigenous to our lands. Before Buhari came in, we don't see Muslims, we don't see Fulani extremists or headers in our areas before now. Then all of a sudden we started seeing them. And then they started grazing on our lands. And if you complain, they could shoot you or they could behead you. And when you report, the police does nothing. But if you take action against them, you are arrested. That was under President Muhammad Buhari. And so before you know it again, it started on and then kidnapping, then attacks, heavy attacks. We have a lot of attacks. I don't know where to start from. I don't know which examples to give you. I can say it's in southern Kaduna. For southern Kaduna has in between 2016 and 2023 has experienced more than 300 brutal attacks with villages had been wiped out. And it is reoccurring in Benue. It is happening in Benue too. In Benue, there was a time 88 persons were murdered in one bloody night. And
Ugh.
in a night, that was in 2017 or 2018. And when they were asked, the leaders of the headers said, well, we have to kill these people because they killed our cattle. It's there in the news. Eight Christians we are murdered, we are massacred in a night, in 2018. And when the governor was burying them, giving them mass burial, the president of the country got angry, said, you are putting us on the spotlight. You are painting Nigeria black by burying Christians in the night, in the open, where the media is happening. Now, as a reporter, as a conflict reporter, in 2023, I went to a county in Benue State, and the county is called Ukum County. That we call it local government area in Nigeria. I heard there was a massacre. 72 persons were killed by Fulani herdsmen, and the news, and it was not on news. So, and the Reverend Father called me and told me, look, Mike, I want you to come and see what is happening in our land. You are from Benue, please tell Truth Nigeria, we want you to come. So when I got to Ukum, that is in Benue, in Ukum County, we started going deep into the forest region. Now, I don't know, the police checkpoint and the military checkpoint from where I was going to could be almost 3 hours drive. And as we were moving into this county, and I told this reverend, I said, Reverend Father, you know we could be at risk. He said, yeah, but my cassock and God, through Christ Jesus, will protect us. So, and as we move deep into the forest, people started coming out. They will peep and look. That is the Reverend Father's hillocks. That's Reverend Jacob's hillocks. And they started coming out. They were hiding as a result of the massacre. They left their settlement and they were hiding deep inside the forest. And they said, oh, Father, please wait for us. We have my son. He's 3 years old. Let me go and bring him. And that was how the hillocks was jam-packed. And then by the time we went to the city center, it's called Ayati. Ayati, Ayati. We only met 7 elderly women. And why are they there? The Fulanis spared women, elderly ones. The Fulanis do not want to kill women. And these women decided that let us go to Ayati and get some food for our husbands and children. So when we got to Ayati, and I went with Reverend Father Jacob Ankau and then Reverend Shimo Telumu of NKSTA. And they started showing me the houses. All the houses were burnt. And they told me this community, that community, totally, we are about 32,000. Now, 32,000 inhabitants were displaced. 72 persons were executed by the Fulanis. Churches were burnt. Catholic churches were abandoned. Local churches, Methodists, Baptists in the ruins. Now, again, Raj, you and I met last week, and I told you I was in the bus and I was heading back home to Kaduna. Now, this is what happened. I had to go back to my ancestral home. It's called Ben in Otupo, and it's in Benue State. The Fulanis also launched a bloody attack in a town and in a settlement called Otobiapa, and they wiped out 11 persons. And when I say wipe out, they did not shoot, they slashed with machete. I have someone with a deep gash across his eye. I saw him. The other one was slit. There is a 76-year-old chief who tried to resist them and was shooting. He was butchered and cut up like piece of meat. And 11 of them were killed. And my organization, Truth Nigeria, and Equipping the Persecuted, led by George Sword, decided that, okay, might go and do an assessment and see whether we could provide relief material. So when I got there, I met the angry villagers. I met the lawmaker representing that place, Kennedy Angbo, and he told me that this is a land grab and that these Fulanis, they don't know them from anywhere. And why are these people coming? They are foreigners. They are alien to our culture. We are Christians. We don't know. We are either, our ethnic nationalities are the Idoma, the Tiv, and Igede. And where are these Fulanis coming from? And anywhere the Fulani goes, according to them, it is violence. That is what happened.
Let me ask you this one more question. Your eyewitness testimony is so powerful and so important. I really hope that my friend here watching this shares this video because I've been trying to find sources talking about this, and it's radio silence, crickets. I don't see anyone reporting this. And so, Mike, my last question to you is, why do you think the West, the United States, Europe, anyone, why do you think no one is reporting on this? Why is no one, quote unquote, caring? Why is the world silent about what's happening?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. First of all, the local medias in Nigeria do not like reporting this because they don't want to get out of favor with either the state or the federal government. And this is how it works. Media houses do get patronages from the military. I mean, from the federal government or the state government. So if their reporter goes out of way to report such massacres, and the government is saying, no, there is no massacre as such, it's just banditry, few people are killed. And then when you go deep down, you discover that 20 people are killed in one day, 30 are killed the next day, 40 are killed the next day. The government is going to be embarrassing to the government. So the government is trying to do everything possible to keep the lead on it. So, and the media do not want to report such, except very few media in Nigeria that does such reporting. Again, the federal government of Nigeria will always like to tell the world that this is not an ethnic cleansing. It is not land grabbing. It is not massacre, but it's just a case of bandits. Now, who are these bandits? They wouldn't want to tell you. They will say it's a farmer headers clash. Headers that had AK-49, RPGs, headers that you see them on motorcycles. We call those motorcycles Boko Haram. They are like power bikes, and they are three. And the farmers often do not have anything apart from their whip, apart from their tools. They have been murdered. And these farmers are living in their lands. Their great grandfather left for them. And these headers, according to the federal government, are peaceful headers. It's just that they grazed into and So the world wants to listen to what the federal government of Nigeria is telling them, especially America. I don't know what actually why the Americans, with all the technologies and everything they have, are not really coming to find out the truth apart from people like you. The fact is, the world, Nigerian Christians feel totally abandoned by America. And I tell you this, if you guys don't do anything, we are going to face the kind of genocide the Christians faced, the Armenian Christians faced in Turkey. The Nigerian Christians are going to be massacred, and they have been massacred already, but we are going to be seeing a gradual but brutal extermination of Christians. Already we have been threatened for writing, we have been threatened left, right, center, and even by it's even more deadlier when the federal government of Nigeria start looking at you for reporting. So, and it's unfortunate the world is just letting this happen.
Well, Mike, we will have to have you back on to update us. This is an ongoing conversation, but for now, I want you to know that the people at CBN News who are watching this video, we stand with you. We're going to be praying for you, and we will have you back on very soon because this is a story that we need to share. So,
All
Mike,
right.
God bless you, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I will even send you stories if you want me to of massacres, videos, pictures, people I've interviewed.
Hmm.
After I'm done with you tonight, by tomorrow morning, I'm still going to about 5 families had been kidnapped. I'm going to see, I mean, was kidnapped. I'm going to see the wife of the woman and the man, so I could send you these videos after my interview and you see for yourself what
Please
is.
do. Please do.
Thank you.
Please do, and we will be updating my friend here watching. We will be updating with Mike going forward. But please send that, and I'll talk to you soon, Mike. Thank you again. God bless.
God bless. Stay safe too. Thanks.